If you want long lasting makeup for a night out, then stop right here. As per usual, my skin is very, very dry, so I have the MAC Hyper Real Serumizer, and no joke, my skin eats this up. But do me a favour and ignore my hair until the end of this video, because I couldn't be arsed washing it, and I'm just hoping that these rollers are going to give a bit of something. One thing I've started doing in between like my skincare steps is spraying the Airbrush Flawless setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. Honestly, this is the only setting spray I've used and my makeup actually hasn't budged. Spray it on my sponge and go over it after like a serum and after my moisturiser and primer, and I feel like it actually does kind of hold on to the makeup. It's very rare that I get to the end of products simply because I have so much makeup, but as you can tell, I definitely love this. It's the MAC Mattifying Primer, and if you have an oily T-zone like me, you're going to absolutely love it too, but I literally can't do my makeup without this. Now, the most important thing to remember while doing your makeup is do it in small layers, because if you pile on a load of makeup, it's just going to slide off, so just make sure you're doing very, very light layers of each product. I will be buried in this dressing gown. I literally can't take it off. So this is going to have to stay on for about 12 hours. It's currently 4 o'clock. We're not going out until 7. We're going to like this kind of like concert thing hosted by Big Boss Events in Limerick. And if you know, a night out in Limerick calls for very long lasting makeup. So it's a lot of dancing, and we could possibly be out until 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's like 12 hours. It's very exciting to be seeing big events being hosted in Limerick. I feel like a lot happens in the likes of Cork and Dublin. So it is really good to be seeing Limerick coming up, and I'm very excited to see like more events like this. Another way to make your makeup last but not make it look cakey is going in with cream products first. So I like to go in with all my cream products, which would be like my cream bronzer, contour and my blush. And then when it comes to my powder, I'm not using as much powder because all I'm really doing is just setting down what I've already applied, and they're getting the pigment from your creams rather than your powders, so you're not having a big powdery cakey face. Sometimes when I say things in my head, it sounds better than when I actually say it out loud, but I hope that you can kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say. But for cream bronzer, I'm using the Be Perfect bronzer in the shade Pecan. But if you are heading to the Big Boss top over the weekend, then do let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll bump into a few of you there. I know typically on a Saturday night I do bump into a few of you, and it's actually so fun. Like the chats in the bathroom are hilarious. Just for an extra bit of colour and an extra bit of bronze and glow, I'm using Skin Glaze from Cash Beauty in the shade Desert Dusk. Going back over the face with my sponge and some setting spray just to lock it all in. A goal of mine for 2024 was actually to like host more events in Limerick. I feel like we definitely need a lot more happening in the city. So if that's something you're interested in, then please let me know. The Cash Malibu Dreamin' Skin Glaze is unreal. I'm tapping it off with the Kylie blush. This is very pink, but it's absolutely gorgeous, especially when you layer your powders on top. And I actually go back in with this after my powders, but you will just see that happen in a few more steps. This is in the shade Hot Pink. Hot. It's spelled like hot, as in like haute couture. I'm not just saying it like that, I swear. This is gorgeous. As always, a powder puff and some loose powder for under the eyes. I genuinely don't know how people are still using a brush for their powder and not a powder puff. Like, I cannot go back to a brush. It looks like a filter. I'm looking forward to a baby Guinness tonight. I mean, a baby Guinness, maybe like 8 baby Guinness. I feel like I just haven't been out for like a proper night out in ages. So I will be having a baby Guinness. Let me know in the comments. I know I asked this before, but I have a lot more followers since that video. But what is your shot of choice on a night out? I actually want to know, so leave in the comments. And if anyone is about to comment a tequila or a sambuca, you are an animal. So I've already sculpted out the face and added colour using my cream products. So now when it comes to powder, I'm just setting down what I already applied. I'm not going in with a lot of powder to try sculpt the face, so it just looks a lot more natural. So I'm basically using the Dark Tan Mineralized Powder from MAC just to dust over those areas where I applied the cream bronzer to just make sure that it doesn't budge. Now when it comes to powder blush, that is a whole different rule for me recently, because I apply like 4 different powder blushes simply because I just love blush, and blush is the first thing to come off my face. And I feel like when you don't have blush on and when it does wear off, you can look like you're wearing a lot of makeup. So I do like to layer on the blush. I'm using the Laura Mercier Rosé blush, and I'm going to top it off with the Dior Backstage blush in Rosy Glow. And yeah, it's just personal preference. A new step in my routine is using the Easy Bake in the shade Cherry Blossom just in the inner corner of my eyes. And I kind of like swoop it up to the outer corner. If you know me, you know my dark circles cannot be tamed. Like, I just can't cover them. But this does kind of help because of the pinky undertone, and I do like to kind of carve out the under eye. And I feel like it's been looking really nice in pictures, just having that bright like inner corner. And again, keeps my eyes at bay. But I do love this. So I just sprayed myself with the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray again. And now I go in with the Estee Lauder Heat Wave Highlighter. I'm not a highlight person, but recently I've been into this highlighter in particular because it feels really creamy on the skin, even though it is a powder. And I've been loving like highlighting my nose, which again is something I never do. So I just do like the tip of the nose. I know it looks blinding, but I'll blend it out in a sec. And the bridge of my nose. And I'll just use my finger to blend that out. And because the setting spray is still a teeny bit tacky, it is again going to grab onto the product and just make sure that it doesn't budge. Especially highlighter, because that is again something that will like fade after a while. But that is the little Tin Man nose. Now I don't know if you picked up on this throughout the tutorial, but anything I put on my face, I also put on my eyes. And as you can see, it almost looks like I have an eyeshadow look on. Like I could just put on mascara now and a lash and be good to go. And it just helps with the eyeshadow when it comes to it. I don't have to put on as much and it's just less effort. So little tip for you. And I'm very, very slightly applying this to the tops of the cheeks, and I'll go over it now with the sponge just to like tone it down. But it does give that kind of like glass skin effect. Now brows are very boring, so I'll come back when they're done. Now I had planned on doing something mad with the eyes because I haven't done like proper like 2016 smoky eye in ages. But I think I might just do like a little cat eye. This is the GGB Candid Cat Eye Palette. And I'm just going to keep it matte. Yeah, I'm going to do like these browns in the crease. Smoke up the like outer corner and then do a little black wing as per usual. A new step for me is tight lining. And that is when you put black eyeliner on the upper part of your waterline. But it makes my eyes water all the time, so I have to do it off camera. Then I go with MAC Costa Riche liner in the bottom waterline. It's not black, it's more of a brown, and it's just not as harsh for my eyes. I brought out this mascara to try it because it came in PR, but the box is empty. I wanted to try this. This is the FanFest Benefit Mascara. It came with this like lash serum, but it's not in the box. So instead I'm using the Estee Lauder Turbo Lash and it's fab. Did any of you see me on the front of the Irish Times newspaper Friday? I have a copy of it there. I'll actually give you a little sneak peek. I did an interview with them during the week, and then a photographer actually came to my house to photograph me in this room. It was really cool. And I absolutely love like getting my name out there, especially in Ireland. And like the Irish Times is a huge newspaper. I was in the Limerick Leader, which was huge for me, so like the Irish Times is even bigger. But that was very fun. Look at my eyelashes. Like I haven't even dipped back into the tube. I've just been going off what's on the wand. It's unreal. I have so many lip liners in this bag that I'm going to just choose from. Oh, the lid is literally off that. Doing Rust Nude Liner from Cash for the lips. Then going in with the Kylie blush in the centre. This usually lasts, so all I will actually bring is the liner and a lip gloss in my bag. Gorgeous. And as I said, I like to grab this on a brush and bounce it over the tops of the cheeks. It kind of gets rid of that kind of powdery look and adds a nice glow, but again builds up the colour. It's really Barbie, it's really nice though. I'm applying lots of glow to the chest. This is the Powder Silk from Cash in the shade Bronze, and it's so good. And now time for more setting spray. This is the All Nighter Vitamin C setting spray. It just adds a lot of hydration. I put it on the chest and slightly on the face. And one last dusting of Easy Bake just in the centre, because we did spray setting spray and it added some glow. Gorge. And this is me in the newspaper in case you didn't see it, and I'm also on the front there. So I just need to get dressed, take out this hair, and we're done. But I hope you enjoy this tutorial. And I promise you your makeup is going to last all night.